It can be hard to think about sending our little ones to preschool, but experts say that beyond getting a head start on academic learning, there are even more developmental reasons why children should be in preschool. And here to talk a little bit more about it, Dr. Stephanie Hansen, a pediatrician at Sanford Health. Thanks for coming in today.
Good morning.
We're talking back to school. We're starting to wrap up summer activities. We want to talk a little bit today because sometimes we get lost in this, and we don't want our babies to grow up either. So why should parents start thinking of preschool when it comes to their 3 to 6 year olds?
Yeah. Well, kids that age are just incredible sponges. I mean, they're learning something new every minute of every day. And preschool is a wonderful opportunity to put them in an environment that just maximizes their potential in that way. So it's not only about academics, like, learning letters, learning numbers, and some of those kind of things, but it's also about how do you get used to being in a school setting? That social piece of it.
Yeah, waiting in line, taking turns. Yes. Kind of expand on that. Why are those important developmental skills?
Yeah, well, if you think about it, a child really needs to understand how a classroom works. And if they have that leg up before they go to kindergarten, they're going to have a much better experience. So they need to understand, how not to monopolize their teacher's attention. They need to be able to advocate for themselves and say, what do you do if you have to use the restroom? What do you do if, you're having a problem? How do you talk about that? But also they need to understand things like turn taking and compromising with friends, understanding what to do if you're having a conflict with your peer. How do you handle that? And preschool is a great way to teach those skills.
Is there a too young age or too old? I mean, I know at 1, 8, 6 or 7 you have to go to kindergarten, but 3, is that about?
3 is a great time to start. We really recommend at least a year of high quality preschool before entering kindergarten. So depending on when your child's birthday is, they might start as early as 3 or they might start at 4 or even 5.
Okay. And everything changes, when I went to preschool or kindergarten, I don't think I even went to preschool, but kindergarten. Now, do they learn ABCs, their, numbers before they even go to kindergarten?
They do learn some really basic things like that, like learning how to identify letters, learning basic counting. But I really want people to understand preschool isn't about academics. It's about exposure and learning through play, through investigation, through experimentation. It should be an absolute fun experience for your child to be there.
That's a very good point. Of all of this discussion right now, it's not about you must learn this.
Yes, no. Our goal is not to create 4-year-olds who can read or 5-year-olds who know how to multiply. It's really about getting that love of learning set early on.
Anything else parents can do themselves kind of ahead of this whole process?
We always talk about modeling what you want to see in your kids. So be excited about school. Help them get ready for it. Pick out a fun backpack together. Practice the school schedule. Read together every day and just, engage them in their curiosity and help them develop that love of learning.
Not a question we discussed, but could you give advice to parents? Because I said it's hard when it's our baby. We don't want our baby to go to preschool because that means they're growing up. Right. Any advice to moms who are like, I want them to stay a baby?
Oh, you're right. That is such a tug at the heartstrings to see your child growing and maturing. And I think really one thing I've tried to do as a mom is just focus on how much fun it is, how much my child loves it, how much they enjoy it. And that really helps ease that heartache a little bit.
Okay. Great advice. Good just to start this conversation and remember the importance of it as well. Dr. Hansen, Sanford Health pediatrician, thanks for coming in today.
Thank you.
Stay with us. Coming up next, from kids to Botox, we're talking about all the good things that we can do to make ourselves look a little younger next.